Hello, everyone. It is Prince Michael, and welcome back to the chat. We are your lovely co hosts. We have the Regina Platt, we have the Ebony Saunders, and the Mr. C. Now, you know what? I'm about sick of him because, see, last week I wasn't here and Ebony wasn't here either. And they held it down for us, okay? And last week
Yes.
he went by his other name. He went by Tokyo. And this week he trying to throw me off. So, you know what? I brought my hammer just for you. But anyway, we have the lovely TC here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a power packed session with information that we just want to come to give you guys. We are so excited. I don't know if you can tell, but we missed y'all. Okay. So just a few quick guidelines real quick. Of course, you guys know that the chat, we are here to have the conversations that you know you want to have, but you just didn't know who you want to have it with. These are conversations that are going to be respectful. No, we may not always agree, but we are all still friends here, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all that we're here to do. Just get the conversations out there. So Regina, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, well, I'm taking over the wheel, and I want you all to understand that on tonight, baby, on tonight, if you caught hold of the title said, "Yes, I can." Now, I need you to sit in that. Yes, I can. Now, if you can't say it to nobody else, I need you to say it to yourself. Say, "Yes, I can." Now, what can I do? Now, what can I do in a world that is spiraling out of control? What can I do when it seems like everything is stacked against me? What can I do because the marriage has ended? What can I do because the doctor gave me a bad report? What can I do? That's the question tonight.
Amen.
In this conversation, and we're gonna go around in space. Like each of us has some things. Last week things were a little different for us. We've had a couple weeks. I can tell you all for myself right now, I'm in this season where it seems like I'm losing more than I'm winning.
Yes,
I'm in
ma'am.
a season
Yeah.
where it feels like I'm losing more than I'm winning. And to some, you may be losing out on money. You may be losing out on opportunities. But in this season, those opportunities seem like they just coming at me. But the body count is increasing. It seems like I'm losing loved ones. The relationships, I see relationships as the foundational currency of humanity. And relationships are ending. Relationships are ending either through people dying, people being in prison, people walking away from you. Relationships are ending. And so I want to say tonight for you, yes, I can. Yes, I can overcome this. Yes, I can come back from this. Yes, I can turn this thing around. Yes, I can take the next step. Yes, I can join the chat and listen to powerful conversation that opens us to the point where you see that we are real.
Yes.
Nothing fake about sitting in this space with real people who have been going through. Yes, I can support my sister and my brother when they go through. Yes, I can stop leaving people pointlessly broken because they don't do what I think they should do or say what I think they should say. We here on the chat. We say this every day, right? We all believe differently, but we come together to have real conversations. So, Prince, I want to ask you, what is it that right now in your life that you're having to speak into yourself? Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I will. Wow. This is going to be a very transparent moment because I don't share this with anybody. It's me and Darnell Blocker, which is my therapist. My yes, I can would have to be at this current time dealing with the loss of my brother. My brother, like I have four siblings actually, three brothers, one sister. Two of my brothers in which I was actually raised with. The other two siblings I was not. But this is one of the siblings that I was raised with. We grew up in the same house, and it's very difficult. I mean, I have him with me all the time. I have his, it's a crystal that I had made with his face and everything in it. But it's more so for me, like just being able to tell myself, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Because my brother, before he went to sleep, just to give you guys a little background on it, on him, before he went to sleep, my brother and I, we always talked when we were kids about being millionaires. We always said that we were going to be millionaires. We grew up in the hood of Miami. We were on government assistance. You know, we were on Section 8. I mean, everything that you can think of, we had it. We even had the paper food stamps before they actually got bougie and got the cards and stuff. So, you know, we always talked about what we were going to do when we became fathers and what we were going to do when we got out of the hood, what we were going to do when we got big. And one of the things we always said was we were going to be millionaires. And my brother, before he went to sleep, he had just signed his first of many, because I definitely will say that there were going to be many more that were coming, his first of many 7-figure contracts, and thus making him a millionaire before he went to sleep. Now, he didn't get a chance to enjoy it, but he did it. And I just have to remind myself that I know that it gives me comfort to know that my brother, I really do believe that he's still here. I just can't see him. I even had a dream, and in the dream I was crying, and I was telling him, I said, I can't see you. And he said, just reach your hand out, I'm right in front of you. And I said, yeah, but bro, I can't see you. And he said, just reach out, I'm right here in front of you. And when I told my other therapist, which is why she's no longer my therapist, the dream that I had, she said, oh, you know, that's just because you miss your brother. That's not really the answer I was looking for. So when I got Darnell, my new therapist, he told me, he said, I'm gonna give you 2 answers. And he gave me one answer, which is the clinical answer, but then he gave me the other answer because there's another side to him. And I tell everybody that right now my faith has been tested. My faith has been, it's shaken at this point. I was raised to be a Christian. I was a pastor's assistant. And, you know, that was the way that I was raised. But I do still, you know, what's in you will always come out when you're pushed against a wall. And I sat there and I told myself, I said, you know, I do believe that, you know, God does speak to people through visions and in dreams, as it does say in the Bible. And I do believe that that dream felt entirely too real for it not to be real. It was entirely too real. So my yes, I can would be, yes, I can keep moving forward because I have to. I have to make an impact. I have to leave the world better than what it was before I got here. So that's my yes, I can. What about you, Ebony? What you got?
Yes, I can. Everybody say yes, I can. Come on.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear, gorgeous. Loud and clear.
Okay, so, and you know, as I'm sitting here listening to you all, yes, I can. It just dawned on me that no matter how ill prepared you think you are, somehow God always finds a way to prepare you. And so the reason why I say that is because I was literally just having this conversation, or part of the conversation, with Regina last night. And so my yes, I can, after the last 2 weeks, particularly 1 week that I have been through, is that I have learned quickly that the way other people choose to love you, regardless if that is a lack of love or an overabundance of love or everything in between, is not your business. That's not your business. And so I have learned that I can show love even when it is not returned to me. I can do that. The conscious decision of what I choose to do with my days when God grants me the ability to open my eyes is my decision. And the way I love people, the way I interact with people, the grace and the mercies that I choose to give to people because they are given to me, that's my choice. Yes, I can continue to do those things even if they are not being given to me. And that realization turned my entire week around. Because, you know, when you have the type of heart that just gives, if you are a person of service, you know what it feels like to empty your tank and not feel like it's being filled up. Many people would ask, you know, is that the cup half full or the cup half empty? But regardless as to how you see that, you have the ability to continue to be who you are, and who other people choose to be, and what other people choose to put out in the atmosphere is not your business. That is not for you to be concerned about. That was a very hard lesson to learn, but baby, when I just learned it, I'm good. I'm good. In case anybody is wondering where this is coming from, I had a family member pass, And, you know, some folks just don't act up until somebody passes away. And so you see folks' true colors. You know, folks come out the woodwork with stuff that probably should have been cleared up years ago. It's like everything that folks have been holding on to comes out when somebody passes away. And so, you know, in the midst of all the chaos and the craziness, I just decided, you know what you have going on is your business. That is not going to change what I put out in the atmosphere. So it kind of goes along, Prince, with what you were saying about your goal is to make the earth better than it was when you got here. My goal is to continue to show love, even though it may not be poured into me. That's not going to change who I am. So yes, I can. Absolutely, yes, I can.
Come on, say yes, I can.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
I can.
Yes, I can. Boy, we're going to freak him up under something in a minute. Come on, TC, roll that thing out. Mr. Tokyo.
Come on, Tokyo.
Yeah.
My yes, I can is an affirmation. It is a reminder. It is a call to action and a war cry. See, the war is one that is invisible because it's taking place inside of me. My yes, I can is a testament to the path that I'm trailblazing for myself and many others who struggle the way I do. My yes, I can is really me reminding myself that, hey, those doubts, they're lies. Hey, that stumble is temporary. Hey, that losing a contract or getting rejected on a deal is a stepping stone, because every no brings you closer to your yes. My yes, I can is a reasoning. It is a resolve in verbal form. If I had to quantify it, I would say my yes, I can is an unlimited source. Call it Sorcerer's Stone.
Hey,
right?
Hey now.
And so, with that being said, I still struggle, not all the time, but on my bad days, with confidence. Sometimes I struggle with the path, like Prince has for himself, to create financial freedom. Sometimes I struggle to see my own inner beauty, because the humanity and the sins and the iniquities that are default of our nature sometimes get a little overwhelming. And so, yes, I can overcome those things. Yes, I can be financially free and help raise others up and be an investor into other entrepreneurs who might not have somebody like myself in their life that can believe in what they're doing, where they're going, or their vision. Yes, I can is saying, hey, I'm choosing to rise above what society says I can't do, can't be. I'm choosing to go against the grain, to be authentically myself. Yes, I can, Kansas City. You will not mute me. You will not silence me. You will not hold me back. You will see. You will be forced to see, because my shine will be so bright. You will need sunglasses to stare upon my face.
Oh, I can listen to him
Come
all
on
day.
now. Come on now. Come on.
Don't drop the mic. Don't drop the mic. Hold it up. Hold it up. We're going to salute that like a light. Come on now. Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
I can. Yes, I can. So the topic of yes, I can pours out of being able to walk into the darkness and be the light for yourself. You got to be able to speak over yourself. So as I go to Gary, Indiana, right? You know.
Get
Give me the award as
You
the
know my
Yes,
favorite
ma'am.
boy there.
leader, ambassador 2022. So you're going in a space where you're looking forward to celebrating, right? You're like, hey, first off, yes, I can celebrate myself. Yes, I can
Yes, you
celebrate
can.
myself. We went through seasons where people want to hold you down and limit you on celebrating yourself. And in this season, I, Regina Platt, will break the seams as the stepologist and celebrate some me, because I
Yes, ma'am.
love me some me, right? So as I get there, I go on this journey. I'm riding down that highway. I'm riding the sideways, this way, that away, right? We riding. I get there 1 a.m., give me a little nap time in, pull up on the workshops because you know what it do. I got to learn too. So I pulled up on the workshops. I get in there where I fit in. They don't know who the queen is, but I know who I am. It's not their job to know me. It's my job to represent me. So I go in. I'm feeling some saltiness. Sometimes when people trying to figure out who you are, they want to hinder you, right? Because they don't think you at their level. But most often, you above their level if they that focused on you. Yes, I can move forward and let you be my hater and congratulator at the same time.
Hello.
We get to the award ceremony and I gotta find a table, right? I'm trying to find a table, right? Hey, do you got 2 spots? Hey, do you got 2 spots? Do you got 2 spots? First off, I shouldn't be asking you for 2 spots in a space where I'm being rewarded at. I shouldn't be asking you, but you're being rewarded too. I'm gonna let you do what it do. You think I'm an imposter. You think I'm just there to be sitting and celebrating someone else. So you can't even honor the capacity of me when you see me. Yes, I can move through the muck and make it work. Baby. Yes, I can. So as I'm sitting there, conversations and whispers is going back and forth. And you know, sometimes those that look like us are far beneath us. They ain't even at the level of us.
Yes.
That's not real mean. But as I'm sitting there, sometimes your haters look like they supposed to be your congratulators, but undercover they tearing you apart. So as I'm sitting there, I still sit there, baby, because you know the queen has arrived.
Honey, you know, I coined this term a long time ago, and I always say that all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Hello.
And you got to remember that, honey, because sometimes your skin folk will tear you down quicker than anybody else will, because that's the way that they had. That's what they've been trained to do.
There we go. There we go. They've been trained to do. And so what happens is we end up clicking, and as we click, we divide. We click and we divide. So in a place where everyone is being awarded and celebrated, sometimes people get on their high horse and forget that they could be in the presence of angels, and they begin to belittle and isolate. But guess what? There's favor in my flavor. So as I sit here in that space, right, knowing that I was arriving, right, because today is the anniversary of my brother and of someone who I thought was going to be, I just knew we was going to be, she walks by me every day. And it didn't even happen because he gone, right? And that's deep for me to say. But on today, what I will say to you all is I could not let haters divide me from my people. You cannot be a world civility ambassador and allow yourself to be crippled by a limited mindset because others have been crippled by their own. And so you have to walk with authority when you walk into these spaces. Not only that, what I learned on myself today, sometimes your strength can be a hindrance. Because when I found out that my niece gained her wings, when I found out that someone close to me lost a grandfather, it hurt. Well, for some reason, because of systematic approaches of training, right? That socialization piece that say you got to be strong, you got to hold on, you got to stand up. Tears, every time tears tried to pull out my eyes, it was like everything in my existence was snatching back in. And I want to say to the tears on today, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can cry, Regina. Yes, you can release, Regina. Yes, you can feel, Regina. Numbness is not your reality, Regina. See, I can talk to you, and some of you at home need to take the opportunity to talk to you because you're listening to people coach you into becoming a rock when you were never intended to be a rock, but you were intended to be a human being. So yes, you can release those tears. Yes, you can identify that you are righteously angry and allow that anger to pour out of you, because if you allow yourself to hold on to it, then disease get locked up in you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, I can.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just ate on that. And I'm gonna pass this because y'all know I can keep going on. Yes, I can, baby.
Now I get you, honey. But you know what? This is therapy, because on top of that, there may be somebody else that needs to hear exactly what you're saying, because somebody else may be going through something very similar. So you allowing yourself to be vulnerable is giving medicine, it's giving an antidote to somebody else.
Yes. But that's
So
why we come to the chat.
come on now.
That's why
Come
y'all
on
come
now.
to the chat, baby.
So I want to change gears for a second, because I wanted to talk about this. I think I did. I messaged you guys and I was like, yeah, I think we should discuss this. And it is cyber identity stealing. Oh my God! So the reason that I didn't get an opportunity to explain to you guys why the sudden we got to talk about this is because a few minutes ago, probably about an hour ago, I got a call from a really good girlfriend of mine. We were in network marketing together, and I was not financially connected to her when we were in, but she was so sweet. She was nice. I loved her mom. I met them when I was still in Daytona, and I met her daughter. We were just having so much a good time. I got a message from her and she said, hey, did you so happen to see my Instagram message? Now, for those that are unaware, my former Instagram page was hacked in September of last year, shortly after I lost my brother. And Instagram didn't do anything to help me to recover the account. And my account is a business account. It's a public figure account because that's what I am. And I never got the opportunity to recover the account via the rules and regulations of Instagram. When you try and call, no one answers and things like that. So she messages me, and her, along with other individuals, because of the reputation that both myself and my company have, we're in good standings with people. People actually like us. And she decided that she was going to, and she sent me documentation that she sent this person over $10,000, thinking that it was me that was telling her to invest. She, along with someone else, a few months back, invested another $5,000. So just from those two people alone, that was over $15,000 that's gone, that was taken from them. So now we're in this age where, and I've already, and for those that are wondering, I've already gotten someone to look at it, because social media is still something that's new. So rules and laws and things like that have not really been put in place to protect anything. It's just like this big gray area. But I do have someone on it, because not only is it tarnishing both my brand and my company's brand, but it's also now starting to create an issue with people and them like contacting. So I told her, I said, hey, I'm jaded now. I have to physically see your face. I need you to video call me so that I can make sure the person I'm talking to is you. What I wanted to talk about today is, well, tonight is, I wanted to ask you guys, how safe do you feel being on social media?
I feel pretty safe.
Why so?
For me, I have never dealt with any issues outside of some random, foreigner that creates some cute girl's profile and says, "Hey, let's be friends," or you look at a new friend request on Facebook and their photos have ghosts.
You sure that's fake?
Anyways, you can see where their photos have like links to some, not only fans page, but like, one of those websites, whatever, that's just, try to take a credit card situation. So, I mean, for me, and maybe it's because just good intuition, right? Good discernment, but that just stuff you can see from a mile away. And of course, the way I use social media is as a tool. Outside of, I don't really consider YouTube social media. Facebook
Baby, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry about that. So outside of YouTube, where I use if you want to call that social media, I use the frequency tones for meditation, or use YouTube to look up audiobooks for free. I mean, really, social media for me is a tool, and I've been able to effectively do what I need to do, or create brands, or whatever case may be. So I've never had any issues. It feels pretty safe. And again, I'm a guy, so nobody's hitting me up or sending me unsolicited dick pics.
So what am I?
Sorry.
What am I? I know I'm the most beautiful man that you'll ever meet. So what the hell am I?
Well, you haven't sent a dick pic. So I mean, we're good. I mean,
Great, I'm gonna send you one right now. Not.
So hold on. I'm just going TC as you Tokyo TC the man.
The man, the myth, the legend, girl.
Come on.
You're too kind.
Mr. 14. So as you're speaking, right? As you're saying this, you're saying you feel safe, but then you're telling us all the reasons why you shouldn't feel safe in the same sentence that you're saying you're feeling safe. I get pastors that have been hacked, and people are sending me messages from pastors. Like, bro, my bishop, I go to the same church with this man at least 2 times a week. I'm in his presence. Do you think I would not know if he changed his Facebook page? Do you think I mean, real talk, I'm asking real questions. My first lady, somebody hacked my first lady. I'm talking about everyday people getting hacked every day. And
I don't see how that's possible.
Message or inbox, you got somebody inboxing you, hey, what's up? First off, they ain't never said, hey, what's up to me. That's like if my cousin Jesse V that's on here, or Corey Fox that's on here, or Cortland Davis that came on here. If either of them say, they do not say, hey, what's up? They say, hey, Queen, what's going on, Queen? They always put Queen in their conversation. So for somebody to hit me up talking about, hey, what's up? What? That's those 2 words right there don't even match up with that person's character. Now let's flip this. Let's just be real. I've had more females on computers send me little naked pictures on the Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I'm talking about throwing and then licking lips, trying to send you videos. First off, baby, I need you to know. I like them to hang low. And that ain't you. But I'm like, come on, help me out. I'm running through this. Help me out, like real fast. Like,
so my answer for all of this is, for me personally, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, Aflac. I mean, you can see folks coming from a distance. Like, if somebody hits you up in your DMs, you've never seen them, never spoken to them, or somebody will get, savvy and they'll create a Facebook page and you may not recognize them or know their name, but I always pay attention to how many friends we have in common. And sometimes people are savvy enough to put those friends as a part of that Facebook page. And then, I'll be the first one to make communication. Do I know you? Who are you? Sometimes, I had this one guy tell me, well, I just noticed we had like 40 friends in common, so I figured we had maybe crossed paths along the way. Yeah, that's not good enough, sir. Excuse me, sir. That's not good enough. If I do not speak to you, see you, know you through, it just doesn't happen. So I kind of, I understand where TC's coming from, but I also understand Regina too. But real talk, use your intuition. Use your intuition.
I got hacked.
Yes.
To be real. Because I said tonight we're going to be vulnerable. I said we're going to keep it real on this, John. I got hacked by a dude on POF. I just tell you.
Oh, Lord.
Out there on the P to the O to the F.
What is that?
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Having simple conversation. I mean, talking, having great conversation. It's holiday season. I don't know. I must have been in a stupid holiday spirit. I don't know what was going on. But it was about helping somebody else. Regina may not be a billionaire but I donate a lot of money every year helping organizations and individuals out. So happened he was talking about an organization. I even looked it up. Baby. They had that thing set up nice, and it was a whole lie. A whole lie. I thank my Heavenly Father, because that's who I reach out to. Everybody got their own thing they do. They make it do what do. Well, I thank my Heavenly Father that I did not get knocked over the head on that, and I did not lose anything. And I did not donate so much that it would hurt me. But that almost had me to the point where I second guessed my servanthood, my heart of giving, because it was like, how many other people faking that you helping out at the same time? But then I had to retreat back into myself. Regina, if he misused the gift that you donated him, he cursed himself, because he didn't even just say that it was a gift or, for his personal family or something. It was about someone being sick and some assistance that was going on with a school thing. It was like, and when I say really strategic, I'd be like, yeah, whoever, he gonna die with raw rotten balls. Like, literally, that's where I got it down to. You messing with the queen.
I cannot.
You messing with the queen.
But you know what? What I think what really bothers me about the whole thing is that people spend so much blipping time trying to hack people, hacking everyday people accounts and doing stuff like that. I'm like, sweetheart, if you want to hack anything, maybe you can go on down to this mortgage company that I got. Baby, you are more than welcome to zero that mortgage out. Honey, you can go on down to the Capital One, who I got my BMW through. Baby, you can zero out my payments there, okay? You can go on down here to the millions of people that are fighting, trying to get their student loans forgiven. Baby, let me tell you, we will make sure your books are good, okay? If you can zero out, baby, if you can zero out these student loans for these people, baby, we will make sure your books are good. We are not condoning what you're doing, but the books will be good.
That's the cyber.
Okay.
We not condoning it, but hack righteously.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't let the devil use you trying to take from us. Let God use you. Hack these banks. Let me tell you something. And I told somebody this recently. I said, if I rolled over and let's say tomorrow I had like $30 billion in my account, baby, let me tell you something. I will be on a plane going to Miami before you can even think about it. Getting my mama, my brother, my nephew, okay? And then let me tell you, and baby, we'll be on the first thing smoking, getting up out of here, okay? Going to some private island that I done hurry up and purchase, because, baby, when I tell you I'm withdrawing everything, baby, I'm withdrawing everything. Don't make no mistake and give me no coin, okay? Let me what would y'all, I'm serious, what would y'all do if, like, tomorrow you woke up and you had, like, 30 bill in your account? I already know what TC will do, but I'm going to start with him first. What would you do if you had 30 bill in your account?
Me?
Yes, Mr. Tokyo.
What would I do? I gotta hear this. I want to hear this. What would I do?
I think what you would do is you would call Prince Michael and you would say, Prince, you have been invaluable to me. I absolutely adore you. I want to gift you. You know what? I want to gift you, 29 bill. I'm just going to keep the one, but I'm going to give you that because I know you're going to be able to take this and you're going to bless the world. That's what I know that's what you'll do.
That's a solid point right there. But what I'm going to do is I can't deny that reality. So we're going to take it to the multiverse. So there is a version of me that would do just that. But I'm going to talk about the other version of me that would actually take that money, right? And after of course, sowing into the kingdom, would actually go and make that money work for me in perpetuity, for forever, if you will, through whatever interest I could get, whatever compounding interest, whatever dividends possible, right? Because even on 1 billion, 3% on a billion, on 1 billion. You know what that is, right? That's $300,000. That's solid, right? $300,000 a year, right? So a year without me lifting a finger, just investing it, I have a $300,000 salary without lifting a finger, right? And I'm not even going to use all of that. So now I can afford to be a philanthropist. Now I can afford to go and, take this podcast to the next level. Gift my friends, bless my friends. Miss Regina, I saw the award that you got. What can we do with that and take it to the next level? Make Miss Regina the next Mother Teresa, because she's got a good heart, and there's not a lot of people like her, So, I mean, reshape the school system to stop creating employees and start creating free thinkers, right? So, I mean, there's a lot that would happen, Maybe, finally run for president. Well, I got a couple more terms where I can run, but whatever the age time frame is, run for president. So there'd be a lot of things. But first things first, just to keep it simple, would be to reinvest that money to create a financial mechanism that allows me to operate freely without ever thinking about money again.
Okay.
I could spend it really fast.
What you think, Ebony?
I'm going to jump in here.
Oh, go ahead.
First off, I'm moving everything to an offshore account, like automatic. Like automatically. Like I'm sitting over here thinking I'm like 10% going into the kingdom real fast. Then I'm gonna go, I'm gonna hit up Dr. Cindy Trimm, some of the greats that have poured into me, over my years. I wish Miles Monroe was still, walking around here treading grounds. I would make some stuff hitting y'all. I would make sure I forget it. I'm gonna be dark skinned. But anyway, the first thing is we're going offshore. Then once we go offshore, then we can begin to divvy in and move some stuff. But I need it out the way, so ain't nobody stocking my money. And y'all know I'm gonna help the world that want to be helped. But man, I'm a die rich. My grandchildren gonna be rich. My great grandchildren gonna be rich. My great 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 great.
Come on now.
I'm over here clapping on it. We're gonna have some stuff. We changing the whole dynamics. Like TC said, we in alignment on that. The dynamics of education need to be shifted. We are raising world changers. We are no longer gonna raise robots. I need children to be able to understand that they were meant to rule, not to be ruled. And we're gonna go through it. We're gonna get it down. Mm-hmm. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. And then I was hitting y'all up today about some stuff to do with what was the name of what I was talking about today, Ebony, that I was researching about how the economy of being everybody.
Oh my gosh. It's called a BUI. God. It's called BUI.
But anyway, it rolls out where everybody, it's an economy, the way it's set up, everybody will have continuous income rolling in comparison to having the one percenters and then the broke percenters. I shouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah,
but the broke percenters.
But hold on, Ebony, what you think though? I want to know what she think, because I know Ebony was getting ready to talk about us too, saying that she was going to donate us some money. So Ebony, what you was about to say?
You donate?
So being in financial literacy, I can tell you the very first thing that I would do is pray. I know that sounds weird, but that is the very first thing I would do, because there has to be some type of proper direction. There's a reason why so many people will be lottery winners and end up bankrupt in less than 2 years. A lot of people weren't taught, what to do with their money in the first place, but Regina is correct. The very first thing you should do is get an offshore account. That is the very first thing that you should do. However, I'm just not, and I'm just speaking off of the experiences that I've had in life. And I am not, and we had this conversation already. I am not happy with our education system at all, particularly when it comes to college. I'm just not happy with that. It's a bit of a joke. It is a system designed to weed out, who they don't think is ready. But what does ready mean?
Mm-hmm.
So a whole different conversation. But yeah, I would definitely revamp our education system. I don't feel comfortable living in a society where we pay people to entertain us more than we pay educators to educate us. That's not comfortable for me. And I love football and basketball, just like anybody else. I was screaming for Golden State the other night. However, I have a problem with someone dribbling a ball for $30 million a year, and the individual that's responsible for my child's education is making $30,000 a year. I have a problem with that.
Girl, when I tell you,
have a problem with that.
To get drugged by Black Twitter, honey.
Hey, I'm good with it. But there's a problem with that. Now, I do agree certain sports should get paid more according to the contact that they have to endure when they play it. But generally speaking, there is no reason in the world an educator should be getting paid so much less than somebody that's dunking on somebody. I just can't do it.
So that brings up a really good point. I know that we're not going to be able to dive too far into it because we are approaching our time. But I do want to say this, and I'll just drop this. That way, when the people are coming on, do you believe that educators should actually be paid more? Why or why not? So we're not going to be able to get into it this week, but we can bring that back next week. We can run that back next week. But I really want to know what your thoughts are, because I know that personally right now, a lot of educators, they're underpaid. They put in so much work. They work even when they're not in school. They have to work when they're home. They have to work on their days off. They have to work on the weekends. So, and then a lot of times parents actually, they expect the educators to be able to raise their children. There's a lot of times when things go on and kids are not necessarily treated the best at home, or they may have two parents that both work full-time and they really just don't have time for them. And a lot of times educators can see that and they're like, oh, you know what, hey, let me step in and let me become this person's big brother or big sister or something like that. Let me be that mother or father figure for them. Let me teach them certain things that I know that they should learn. I will say that I do agree with you to a certain degree, Ebony, in terms of that, but I don't know, because people pay top dollar to watch entertainment. People put their money where they feel as though that it's going to benefit them the most. And sometimes feeling good is really all that they want. Regina, what you was about to say? Because I saw the timer.
I'm thinking too, because people are paying for entertainment because people are paying for a release, and the release is coming maybe through when he gets to the house and he's watching the game or she's watching the game, or it's a way for them to get away from their realities, and so they put out this money. Or even when we think about the shoe industry, the monies that are paid for people's feet, right? What they're putting on their feet, and it may hurt the feet, right? But because it has red bottom on it, it takes them away from the reality that they broke. I'm sorry. I don't apologize, really. Or the big Chanel belt. Have y'all seen people walk around with it? One day I put on one of them Chanel belts. It was an authentic belt. I'm just going to say I'm taking away from the conversation. But I put this belt on and I said, Self. And Self said, huh? I said, does this belt weigh as much as you weigh? And why is people walking around paying hundreds of dollars for this belt and putting this belt on? Y'all, I felt like I was a pirate. Like, I was like, is the enemy gonna fly away? I'm not picking at nobody because that's their choice. But I'm thinking, why would I pay this much for a belt that would take away from the comfort of me? Unless I was trying to change my reality.
What you got, TC?
The thing that where I'm standing in with Miss Ebony on this education deal and just everything that you guys are saying. Our grandparents, when they dated, they bragged about how he's educated, and that has been lost. And as Miss Gina has stated, we're worried about the brand of somebody's belt or their shoes as to whether they're a good match for generating offspring. Now, why the hell does it make sense that you're gonna mate with somebody that has a belt that's more expensive than their whole
Yes.
wardrobe. And how does that translate for the child? Obviously, their appearance is more important than providing for the child. However, I could see that if you do not have common sense, that you might think that the belt states that they have the financial capability to support the child. But when you look at the belt in congruency of their lifestyle, which doesn't add up, it's kind of like when I drive down 55th and Paseo and see a $40,000 house with a $60,000 car out front.
Come on and tell it.
It's not congruent. So, you know, to again bounce off of Miss Regina, yes, cool. They're paying for a break from their reality, but I cannot be okay with that because there's the whole entire reason why I don't drink or smoke. Right? I've had more opportunity. There have been things that smelt good to drink, but I refuse to alter my state of mind. Why? Because I want to take responsibility for my life as it is. So if I hate my life, if I hate myself, then I need to do something about it. Not sit on the couch, wallow with alcohol, and say the world sucks. I suck. I need to acknowledge that and fix it. But no, everybody wants to escape the suck.
And I don't drink either, TC, so I'm with you, honey. I don't drink either, so. But yeah, so but ladies and gentlemen, that is our time. We actually ran over on today. That's apple juice. I just put food coloring in it to make it look clean. Judge your mama. Judge your mama. Anyway, but before we get off here, I wanted to actually say this comment. It's from Cortland Davis. First of all, I love the first name, Cortland. It says, pay the folks that are feeding the minds of the youth. I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that there. That is our time. So before we get off here, so here's the great debate. We all have a lot of friends that are influential, and we've been wanting to bring people on. So I want you all to do us a favor. If you think that we should start having guests on the chat, drop a yes down in the comments. We'll know what it is because we are going back and forth about this. So just drop a yes down in the comments to let us know if you want guests on, because we have a lot of people that can pour a lot of wisdom into your lives. And we will also take a vote, the four of us, and whomever gets outvoted is what we're going to do. So if it's the yeses that have it, that's what we'll do. If it's the no's that have it, that's also what we'll do. But we want to make sure that we get you all's feedback. Do you all want to just stick with us, or do you want us to bring people in that can also pour into your lives? So go ahead. If you're on watching replay, drop the yes, drop the no, whatever it is that you guys want to do. We will see you next week. We're going to see you guys on Wednesday. We will be pre-recorded. So you're not going to be able to see us live. That's fine. But it just works better for our schedule, y'all. I'm sorry. Because honestly, everybody has lives, and we just want to make sure that we're coming to you guys at the time that we really do believe that you need us most, which is on Hump Day. Anyway.
I just want to say, Cortland just commented that tonight was a really good show. We appreciate you,
Cortland.
If
I have a child, honey, I'm going to have to incorporate that name, Cortland, because I love that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's my brother. So
Regina, you're a time girl.
I want you all to say, yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Yes.
Say, yes, I can. Hey, say, yes, I can. How?
Yes, I can.
Enjoy your weekend, and we look forward to next time on the chat.
Nice.
Have a good evening.